Hello. Hey everyone. How are you today? I pray that you are having an absolutely fabulous kind of evening. I am Nichelle Womack and I am your life transition strategist. I help you start, market, and grow the CEO of you. Whatever you're transitioning to or through in your journey to success, I can help you get there. I am a published author of four books. And as a trusted advisor of business, I've been making things happen for over 20 years. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Hey, how you doing, Chris? How was your day? Did you get some sleep or are you at work right now? I know you have I think you told me you work nights. So welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to spend with me. Real short scope here. Welcome, credit. I think that's what that says right there. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to be with me. It is a pleasure to see you. Yes, it is. You just get here. Okay, now, well, don't get in trouble because we gotta make certain that we keep being the CEO of us now, right? Okay. Yes. Welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day, sir, to be with me. God bless you as well. Yes. Thank you so much. And so real quick, I wanted to give you guys some tips of places that you can go and monitor your credit. Yes, because you know what? In order to be the CEO of you, you got to make certain that your finances are in order. And I know that for some, it's a work in progress. It's been a work in progress for me. And to make certain that I continue to stay on that path, you have to also make certain that if you want to progress in your business, to borrow money, if you should happen to, that your credit is okay. And there's so many other different things that credit plays in a very, very important role in. And unfortunately, in America, in America, your credit score really shows your credit worthiness. And if it's not up to par, then it will not allow you to move through life. And I can speak in particular to real estate. You can't buy a house if your score is up under a certain limit. And it varies depending on the lender, but typically it's about 640 to 680. So that's one thing. If you need a business loan, something else, 640 to 680, you might find some that will give you some around 620. But you got to make certain that your credit is on tap. And so I got these resources here that I share with my, hello from Russia, how are you? That I share with my students that come through our real estate course. And I talk to them about first-time home buying experiences. And I give them these resources. And this really helps them if their score is low so that they can monitor it and keep up with it. So when it's time for them to buy a house, that they can. Even renting property nowadays, they want you to have a decent score. Jobs. Employers, they pull your credit score. So you got to make certain that you stay on top of it. Yes, they pull your credit score. No rushing. They make certain that they pull your credit score. And if your score is low, then they will not hire you. So it's very important that you be proactive in what you need. You're a realtor there too? Exactly. Yes. So you understand what I'm saying. I think that's what you're telling me. You're a realtor here as well. You got to stay on top of it. And we as realtors, we have to continue to educate. Okay, great. Welcome, realtor. Where are you located? Louisiana. Hello, love from Louisiana. I love me some Nolans. Welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day. DMV. Okay, great. Well, real estate, pretty much everybody is driven by credit, as I mentioned. And, it's so important that we stay on top of it and help others stay on top of it as well. And so these 5 resources, North Carolina, awesome. Yes. I don't know how the market is there. I actually am in the process of getting my license in other areas, and I haven't researched North Carolina, so that may be something I may consider in the future. Fiduciary, Haley from Mexico. Hello. Now, I do speak a little Español. Mi nombre es Nikita. ¿Cómo está usted? Buenas tardes. Yes, a little bit. Hello, how are you? Yes, just a little bit. El mío es Fernando. Sí, muy bien. Ah, okay. Yes, just a little bit. Muy poco español. Sí. So, I hope that what I'm sharing with you will be es buenas en español. Yeah, see. See. So I hope what I'm sharing with you will be beneficial to you. If it's not beneficial to you, maybe you could share it with someone, because we all know somebody with mediocre credit or credit that needs to be improved. And we can also keep these as resources when we just want to keep up with our score. I mean, you can have an 800 credit score and you still need to keep up with it, especially with all the things that go on in our society. So number one that I'm going to share with you, and this is a really popular one, so you may be familiar with it by some, and I shared on my scope a while ago the three major bureaus, the Experian, TransUnion, Credit Education Program. Okay, get in contact with me. We can discuss that. And I can possibly share it with my clients too. So that's something that I need to do. Go ahead and DM me on Twitter, and then we can follow up from there. I'm talking very fast. I do, because I get excited. I'll try my best to slow down, but thank you so much for making me aware. That's awesome. Yes, I'll look for it coming through. So number one, you need to get educated on that. Again, we all do. I mean, credit is so essential for business success, for personal success, for career success. It has so many facets on our life. It sometimes kind of feels like you're in prison to your credit score, because life happens. You know, people go through unemployment, and when you go through unemployment, it's kind of hard to keep your credit up, especially when those bills keep rolling through and you got to pay the necessary essentials like living expenses. Credit becomes secondary. However, yes, you have to. Security clearances is so much. That's what happened to you. That happened to me too before, several times. And that's why I became the CEO of me. Because I said never again would that happen, because it put you in a bad situation. We're talking about credit today. A bad situation, and and it's really not your fault. You were put in that position by an employer, not having enough value in the skills that you as the CEO of you have. And we have to be more in control of our lives and our destiny, and our credit is a part of that. So, and that's why, like I said, I became the CEO of me, and I started making certain, the chief executive officer, that I will never allow an employer to put me in a position again where I did not have control over my finances, my lifestyle, and things of that nature. And so, number one, Credit Karma. Employers look at score. Yeah, that's what I mentioned when I first came on. They look at your score, and if it's not high, especially in the banking industry, the mortgage industry, and all of that, if your score is not what they expect it to be, they will not hire you. So you could be missing out on some wonderful opportunities. If employment is your source of income, you could be missing out on some wonderful opportunities just because of your credit score. So creditkarma.com. Credit Karma, and that's CreditKarma.com. They check TransUnion and Equifax. Yes, Credit Karma. They check TransUnion and Equifax. The next one, number two, is Wise Piggy, and that's WISEPIGGY.com. Again, Wise Piggy. They check TransUnion. Number three is Credit, CREDIT.com. They check Experian. Number four, CreditSesame.com. Yes, Credit Karma, CreditSesame.com. And it's CREDIT, Sesame, SESAME.com. That's number four. And number five, Quizzle, QUIZZLE.com. Exactly. Thank you so much. Quizzle, QUIZZLE.com. Now, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Those are 5 resources that you have at your disposal. They don't require a credit card at all for you to go on. Thank you. For you to go on and to check your credit score. As I mentioned, the only one that does Experian is credit.com. Buenas noches. See? But that's the only one. The rest of them are TransUnion and Equifax. And one other thing that I want to mention, no, it's Quizzle, QUIZZLE.com. Another thing that I want to mention to you is you want to be aware of the different bureaus and what they're reporting. Like I said, some of them, Wise Piggy in particular, they check only TransUnion, but Credit Karma does TransUnion and Equifax. And so if your score is different on that report, yes. If your score is different on the Credit Karma report than it is on the Wise Piggy, thank you, Wise Piggy account, then that could really be an issue, a red flag that you need to address. Experian, credit.com is the one for Experian. And you can also, I mentioned this the other day as well, freecreditreport.com. You can get a free credit report annually by going to those. Yes, you can get a free credit report annually by doing that. You're welcome. So do not miss out on that opportunity, because if you want to do anything, and also be aware of how frequently they report, so important. Thank you so much. Free credit report, credit, CREDIT, report.com. How frequently they report as well, because I know in one particular instance, and when I was working with a client, she had left a job, and I guess she took some things with her too. I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but they had that on her credit report. That some things that she had, they had put that on her credit report and she was not aware of it, and it was on there as a lien. So you want to be mindful of that as well. Now, I'm not a credit expert. I actually have someone on here that has a finance course as well that she's going to be sharing with me, and I'm going to look at it and make certain that how can you get out and how can you get old debt off? One thing that you want to be proactive with, as I mentioned, checking your credit score on a regular basis. But if it's old debt, you can write the bureau themselves and advise them that it's been on there more than a time frame, or you can dispute it and tell them that it's not yours. Yes, contact the creditor. And that's the easiest way. A lot of that we can rectify, or you can rectify yourself just by contacting the creditor. Yes. And you got to communicate, because a lack of communication or the bureau, a lack of file a dispute. It's so simple to do, to just go look on your credit. If you go get the free one, file a dispute and let them know that it's not yours or it's inaccurate. And, they have about 30 days to remove it. And if it's not removed, if they don't respond within that time frame, then they automatically remove it. All of the credit bureaus do that, from my experience. Hello. Hey, how you doing, Adrian? So, it is so important in business, as I mentioned, if you want to career-wise, business, personally, financially, to keep your credit in order. And also, just in case you guys didn't know, auto insurance providers, they pull your credit. Health insurance providers, they pull your credit. Be careful of dispute what you say in contacting creditor, as you may validate a debt unknowingly. Very good. Yes, that's another thing. Especially if it's not on there. I had someone mention a debt that wasn't on there, and they put it on there. Why tell on yourself if it's not on there? But it was on Equifax, and so she was wondering why wasn't it on TransUnion? She wrote, as you just mentioned, and she had it put on TransUnion. I'm like, why would you do that? Because that lowered her score. And typically, when you are buying a house or doing anything in that relation, they go with your middle score. And, the lowest could be 602, middle 655, and the highest 700. They're going to go with the middle score to show your credit worthiness. And employers, they just look at it to make certain that you are within their confines of what is acceptable to them. And that can be different for any employer. I don't know a specific amount score that they recommend that you have, but the lowest I've seen credit score is about I've seen exactly 300 a credit score. And the highest I've seen is right at 800. And I think that's the parameter, if I'm not mistaken, 300 to 800. And 600 is considered fair and good. And anytime you get to 700 and above, obviously that's considered very good. And then obviously 800 is excellent. And so just continue to work. You've seen that as well. Yes, continue to work and get better at it, because it's a work in progress. It is a job. 300 to 850. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing that, Adrian. And like I said, when I get a client with 300, I'm like, we got some work to do. But guess what? It can be done. I've seen people get it up from that 300 to at least about 500 within a matter of 6 months. Why? Because they went on there and lots of work to do. Yeah, I appreciate you as well, Chris. They went on on there and they disputed some things. There was some inaccuracies on there and they got their score up to about 200 points. Miss one payment, your score can drop 100 points. And I actually am working with a client right now. She had to give a deed in lieu of foreclosure, and that goes on your credit. The creditor told her, you help clients with that as well. That is awesome. And so if you guys are interested in some financial, I don't know her. Are you a man or a woman? Please let me know. So I don't want to refer people if I'm not really familiar with you. So I'm assuming that you know what you're talking about and all of that. You guys check people out so you can get in contact with your woman. Okay, what's your name? She does credit, and so if you need that assistance, possibly check her out and see what she got going on over there, because I'm not a credit expert. As I mentioned, I just work with people. Latendra, okay, great, welcome, thank you so much for joining in. I just work with people every day with credit and with real estate, with businesses, with marketing. And, so I work with them every day, and I try to advise them based upon what I've seen and what I know. You're welcome. What I see and what I know and I've experienced. And bottom line, and I work with people in career too that are going to get a job. And first thing I ask them, check your credit before you go apply for that job. Because if you don't want to get further along in the process and then there's a credit issue, because they will not hire you. Again, especially banks, anything that has a tangible issue with money, insurance companies, a lot of them. One in particular, if you've had a lot of bankruptcies and you've had a lot of excessive debt, typically $50,000 or more, insurance companies won't hire you as well. I'm a licensed real estate insurance broker. And so really, yes, I have tons of them too. And I actually have a lady, and I mentioned her in my scope the other day. She makes about $5,000 a month in her business. And her credit is bad. And I'm like, well, things happen. She says she forgets to pay her bills. Things happen, life happens, but exactly. So you got to be proactive in your paying things on time, because one strike can hurt you. Yes. Good. Okay. That's my friend right there, Chris. So hopefully she's good. I pray she is. So like I said, I don't be knowing people. So yes, hire someone to pay your bills. Exactly. That's an excellent business idea. Look, hint, hint, CEO of you. Yes. But we all have to take care of our finances, because again, remember, if your credit is bad, that's a legacy issue too. And becoming the better CEO of you, when you pass away from this earth, you don't want to leave your legacy with debt. And so get it under control so that you can get the things that you need to help keep your legacy afloat. Exactly. And real estate is a great legacy investment. You can pass that on. Stocks and bonds, you'll pay bills. Look, Chris, that's an excellent business idea. CEO of you. Yes, get that. So, yes, he's a great guy too. So make sure you take care of my friend Chris. He's always in here. And Adrian is a real estate agent as well. So she may be interested in that. Adrian, I always forget your handle. Agent, something like that, LTD. She's an agent as well. I'm pretty sure she probably has that, but it's always good to have resources. There she goes with those emojis. Yes. So we got to help each other. If we have resources available, we have to share them with one another, because we are a community. And the more that we help each other, the more all of us succeed. And that is so true. Be a servant. Be a servant of good kindness, good things. And yes, you in the market for a home in Virginia, though. You know what? I'm not in Virginia. I am getting licensed in other states, Chris. So I wish I was there that I could help you. But anyway, the young lady, Latira, I think that was it. You right in Northern Virginia. Okay, look at that connection there. Network. Your network is your net worth. I truly believe that. Yes. Okay. Wow. We got some sick people coming on this afternoon. They come out the basement at different times throughout the day and just want to be acknowledged. Yes. But they might need to know this information, because it could be valuable for them in getting their lives together. Yes. So again, my name is Nichelle Womack, and I am your life transition strategist. I help you start, market, and grow the CEO of you. Yes, they want to be blocked. Exactly, Chris. And getting the CEO, making a CEO of you, it has everything to do with your finances. Yes, your finances, your lifestyle, what's going on, becoming a better CEO of you. Because when you become a better CEO of you, you have the ability and the authority to orchestrate what goes on in your life. You don't have to be a pawn in someone else's hand. You can say, I will do this, I will not do that. Hey, control. And you'll have your own control. Exactly. I've been a business owner, a trusted advisor for over 20 years. I've been dipping and grinding and making things happen. Yes. So that is me. If you would like to connect with me, and Latira, I think that was correct. Please reach out to me because I may have some other clients that could definitely utilize your services. I would greatly appreciate that. I can be reached via web at NichelleWomack.com, or you can reach me at toexcelwithnichelle.com. And I look forward to Latira for you DMing me to making me aware of that as well. Because again, I run into people every day that not only need credit advice, they need some assistance to help them so that they can pursue the dreams of home ownership or investment property, whatever it is, or even getting their career back on track because their credit has been so bad. So thanks again, everyone. Yes, your info is in your bio. That's Chris. His info is in his bio. I think we should all own too, Latira. But one thing that I have found, everybody, depending on where you are in life, and Adrian can probably testify to this as well, if you're not going to stay in the house anywhere from 5 to 7 years, I don't recommend owning unless it's an investment vehicle, for the simple reason you kind of lose out on everything. And then if you're trying to move to another area, yes, an investment. And I think everybody needs to have a piece of real estate for investment purposes, because it really just increases your portfolio. And I do REIs and all of that, real estate investment things. Yes. And so those are good things to help you. You should diversify. Yes, you're welcome. That's my friend Chris. I think we should diversify our portfolio. You shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. Same thing when I talk about being the CEO of you. We should diversify our income as well. Have multiple things going on, most deaf. Yes, in case something falls through, because jobs lay off every day. And so if you don't have anything to back that up, guess what? You're going to be dependent on unemployment if you get it, because so many states now have cut unemployment off, and you got to wait a period and stuff to get them. Hey, bills come every day. Bills come every day, so you don't have time to wait on your money. Okay, so always have multiple things going on that you can fall back on something if one falls off, and you won't be too much astray. Same thing again, as I mentioned with investments, you should have a portfolio that's diversified, that can help you. I know I personally sell annuities, life insurance, health, and all of that. And when I'm speaking to my clients, the first thing I ask them is, how much do you need? Because everybody's situation is different, and I don't sell you anything that you don't need. And I always make that a point of saying, what other investments that you have, and that will enable me to help make certain that I give you a plan that's beneficial to you and your family and your investments when you're purchasing a product from me. So that is my message. I'm up late, y'all. I'm up late now. Yes, we definitely need to connect. I would definitely love to do that. You want to do a blab together? Let's do a blab. Love you too, Chris. You got to go back to work. Well, God bless you and make it a fabulous evening and get you some rest, Chris. You want to do a blab? Great. Okay. Well, yeah, connect with me on Twitter, and we can go from there, and I look forward to it. Thanks again, everyone. Anybody have any questions? We got a credit lady on here, a couple of agents on here. You'll be blessed as well. Thank you, Chris. Anybody have any questions? No? Well, if there are no more questions, I tell you what, I'm getting ready to go enjoy the rest of my evening, and I pray that you do the same thing. Yes, God bless you, and have an absolutely fabulous Wednesday evening. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to thank my replay viewers. Good night. Thank you, replay viewers, for coming in and tapping that screen with those hearts. Thank you, Twitter viewers, as well. Thank you, web viewers. You guys are absolutely fabulous as well. Thanks for your time. Thanks for spending your evening with me. Bye-bye.